I'd never been to a place quite like London. London was the 21st country of my travels, but something happened when I went there. It marked me, it jumped into my heart, and the nature of the society, the people, the color, the cosmopolitan nature of that region was phenomenal. It reminded me a lot of heaven, the diversity and the broad canvas of cultures and people that live there and have been drawn there. I think that's a lot like what life is supposed to look like. My passion for London is my passion for an emerging church that I don't believe looks like the church that we have seen over the last 100 years. But I believe it is a mixture. It is a crushed clay sculpting of something that has never existed before, with many different pieces, 1,000 different shapes that even in their brokenness, when melded and moved together, become a beautiful organism and something that is absolutely stunning. I believe that God is up to something big in London. I believe that the future is bright, and I believe that great things are to come. When I think about London, I think about friends. Tim and Adwa Ramsey, I met some 16 years ago in Detroit, Michigan. And I was just a young buck back in the day, growing up in church and having opportunities to serve and be a part of ministry. And I remember hosting them at the conference and just having such a love for them because they were just such kind people. And here we are years later, where I am able to then go and be a blessing to their ministry and partner with what they are doing in the earth, which is grand and phenomenal and a blessing to so many people around the world. I had such a privilege of seeing their church in action, and the stories, the lives, the testimonies that are being developed out of that ministry are incredible. Just a church of influence, a church of might, a church of power, a church of the Spirit, a church of the Word, a church of prayer, and a prophetic house, a truly prophetic house with an apostolic thrust for the last days. I love Word of Faith Luton and Word of Faith London, and thank God for sending such fine vessels in the earth for such a time as this. So it was about a year ago. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I had the pleasure of meeting Daniel Scott. I was speaking for Dr. Cindy Trim at her empowerment conference there at the end of the year, a phenomenal event. And just in conversation, as I'm talking with Daniel, find out that he is from the place that I'm heading to in just a few months. And not only from there, literally blocks from where I was going to be staying is where he lived. And from that time, we became fast friends, and Daniel became intricate in Mission UK planning. We were part of the work that he is doing in his church, New Testament Church of God, St. Jude's, which is a phenomenal work, a historic place. We had the opportunity to partner there at St. Jude's New Testament Church of God, and some of the things that they were sharing with us about what they do for the homeless and what they are doing for youth and young adults absolutely blew us away. We knew that we had to invest and be a part of the mission of St. Jude's by supporting their work. And they have a center as well as a school that we have partnered with financially. They also are doing a phenomenal work of rehabilitating their 19th century building that was once owned by the Church of England. They now are owners of that building. A phenomenal ministry with great history and depth and legacy. We are so excited about the future of St. Jude's and what is coming from that place. And we definitely know that when we have partnered with St. Jude's, we have partnered with God's heart, because they are doing it. They are the hands and the feet, sowing into the place of the widow, the orphan, and the homeless, those that need it the most.